Hey, hello everyone. Just thought I'd make a quick TikTok about my recent trip to Norwich Castle Museum, which was shut for several years while they refurbished it and modernised it, did whatever it is they wanted to do. And it opened again quite recently, just a month or so ago, I think, maybe two. Now, interestingly, a bit of backstory about Norwich Castle Museum is as someone that grew up in Norwich, I remember always going to the museum free of charge. And as a child, I spent a lot of my time there. I found everything about it fascinating and I loved going there. And the fact that it was free meant you could go as often as you like and spend as much time there as you like and look at all the art and the nature exhibitions and just, just so much to see and do, and just absolutely loved it. So the recent refurbishment costs them £27.5 million, half of which they got from lottery money and the other half they got from Norwich City Council, roughly half and half. So £27.5 million. And then on reopening, they have an entrance fee of £17.50. Now that is going to exclude a lot of people. I was going to say most people, but I don't know if it's most. It's certainly going to exclude a lot of people. Obviously, working class people, people on benefits, etc. And I just think that's a real shame. I think saying that it's a real shame is a bit of an understatement. You can still get a concession and get in free if you are on universal credits or on some kind of means tested benefit from the government, and the same for pensioners, but only if they're on some kind of means tested benefit. So you can still get in. And the other thing I thought was a bit disappointing about my trip, I mean, it was nice to go there, it was nice to see it. I can't say I was very impressed with what they've done. It didn't look like it was so much better. I mean, it just looked very similar to how it was before. And the things that were missing from the Castle Museum now, like the huge suits of armour. There used to be loads of suits of armour all around the place that were just fascinating to look at. All those are now gone. They've all just been put in storage. And now the rooms are kind of empty, other than they have some like props in, like modern made props made out of MDF and that sort of thing. But the other big disappointment was, at the moment, as part of their reopening, they've got an art exhibition on of watercolour paintings, and it's called Watercolour Now. It's the modern watercolour paintings. And basically what they look like, each and every one of them, is if you imagine a large piece of paper on the floor and then you kind of accidentally kick over a bucket of dirty water, let it dry, and then hang it on the wall in a museum. I mean, presumably to have that exhibition costs huge amounts of money. Presumably those works of art are worth lots of money, even though they literally just look like some spilt dirty water. The proof of the pudding is, if anyone goes to Norwich Castle Museum, you can prove me wrong, but I think what you'll find is in the room that has the exhibition of watercolours on, you'll never see another person in there. Nobody's interested, nobody cares, nobody can relate to it, and everybody wonders, what the fuck is this? Like, what are you doing? Art has a bad enough reputation as it is for being a bit of a money laundering scam. So when huge establishments, like, the biggest museum in, the county of fucking Norfolk, certainly the biggest in Norwich, puts on an exhibition that is just, I mean, you can't even call it crap or garbage or rubbish or meaningless tat. I mean, it's spilt dirty water, hang it on walls that nobody wants to see, charge them £17.50 for the privilege, and kind of good luck with that, I suppose. But I would love to know if anyone else has been, is it just me? Am I being a bit of a pessimist? Am I getting old and grumpy? Am I not seeing the good in things anymore? Does this modern art stuff, Has it got something that I'm missing? By the way, I'm an artist. I've been an artist my entire life. I like all kinds of art, including abstract and expressionism and all of it. But if you've got a bit of paper with some knocked over dirty water on it, I don't get it. I just don't get it. And I am an artist. I should get it. God knows how your average person who isn't an artist and isn't really even particularly interested in art necessarily, they know what they like, and I can assure you they're not going to like that. I mean, is this just elitist crap? Upper middle class, or maybe even lower upper class, just these pretentious, spoiled tossers that have never done a day's work in their life, but feel very, very proud of themselves for hosting such an exhibit and choosing those works. And by the way, I know that they're proud of themselves because they told me, because I did feel the need to leave a comment on their Facebook page saying, I did think it was a bit disappointing, and I thought the artwork was very unimpressive, and I noticed that nobody was interested in it or going to see it. And they replied by telling me that they were very proud of what they had done. And that was their response. So anyway, let me know what you think. Cheers. Bye for now.